Well, hello. Do you ever wonder, what do I do when my child does this? Basically something that you don't like. That's a question that we get asked often. My name is Thomas Liotta. My husband and I are founders of Creating Champions for Life, authors of Learn to Speak Kid, as well as Raising Healthy, Happy, Cooperative Kids. And I want to say that if you haven't yet downloaded that book, download it and actually read it, because it's going to change your life when it comes to parenting. I don't know if you've ever heard that before, but I promise you, where there is a will, there is a way. So your child might be diagnosed with ADHD, ODD, CPD, SPD, whatever it is. They might have some sort of childhood label. Okay, that's great. So now what? What is the plan moving forward? So I'm not here to say that none of those things exist, because, I know that there's issues and I know that there's problems. I dealt with them as well. Not that long ago, 3 of my kids were diagnosed with ADHD, and my youngest as well as ADHD with oppositional defiant disorder. So I know that there are some issues going on, but all I'm saying is okay, there's issues going on. So now what? What are we going to do about it? Because if you're trying to deal with a child who's upset, or you're yelling at, or you're angry at because they've done something you don't like, even psychology today says that when you're angry, you cannot override the emotion with logic. Not even adults can. So children definitely cannot. So what I want to do is talk about your superhero parenting role. We are superheroes to these little people. They count on us. They depend on us to teach them life skills. And so here's the formula for negative results. When I say negative results, I'm just talking frustrating, angry, fighting, chaotic, just negative results. So if you have a child's poor behavior, and then the parent walks in and they get angry or upset, then you have the child's poor behavior plus the parent's angry reaction is going to scientifically give us a negative result every single time. And so here's an example. Your kids are watching TV and you're like, okay, I want to spend some time with my kids. They love going to the park. And you walk into the living room, you go, hey guys, it's time to go to the park. And you walk over and you turn the TV off, and they're not excited as you are about going to the park. They're like sad, they might be whining because you turn the TV off or whatever. So you're able to redirect their attention. Oh, look at this over here. And you avoid the temper tantrum, right? But then you get out of the house and you're all happy and you guys are all going for this walk, and your 2 or 3-year-old decides that he wants to play a game. And so he starts running down the sidewalk, but you have this adult perspective, or you've heard the story, you've seen something bad happen. So you have this perspective of, oh my gosh, I don't want him to get hit by a car. And so you start chasing after him. And meanwhile, your toddler starts giggling at you. They're kind of excited. In their mind, you're playing a game with them, but in your mind, they're not listening to you. And so you end up chasing your toddler down. You catch him just before he gets to the street. Maybe you give him a little whack in the butt, or you yell at him or something, or you grab him. So here's this toddler thinking that you're his superhero. He's counting on you to teach him life skills, and the number one person that he trusts more than anything else in this world just caused him a wound. It might not be a physical wound, but it's definitely going to be an emotional wound. Are you with me? If you are, give me a like, a heart, a comment, or something. I'd love to hear what you think about this. All right? And so the day turns kind of into a little bit of a disaster, and you're wondering, oh my gosh, what do I do? So here is your superhero parenting role and how you can guide your child's behavior. So if you know you're going to go for a walk and you know that there's a street you're going to be walking down, what are the 3 things that you would like your toddler to do while you're out on your walk? And so you might walk into the situation like this and say, hey guys, I was thinking we would go to the park. Did you want to go now, or did you want to go right after your show is over? Okay, rather than just walking into the living room and shutting off the TV and causing all this chaos for your really awesome idea, by the way. But you walk in and you give them a choice. You want to do this or you want to do that. Now they feel validated, they feel purpose, they feel like they have a say. So that part of the day is going to go much better. Now, what would happen if you actually role played with your toddler. Hey guys, would you like to go to the park for a little time or the most amount of time? And they're going to understand the most amount of time. Of course, they're going to want to spend the most amount of time at the park. Well, this is great. So if we want to spend the most amount of time at the park, what mommy needs you to do is walk by my side. And this is what it looks like. And so you actually role play as if you were acting. You know, kids love to play. They love best, or they learn best when they're playing. And they love it. And so if you take the time to role play with it, what's going to give us the most amount of time at the park? This is how we walk to the park. You hold my hand, this, that. Now, if you run down the street, that's going to tell mommy, I want to go home. All right? So you're teaching your kids life skills. You're preparing them for the time at the park. You're validating their need to finish their TV show. You're validating their need for attention, but you're giving them the attention in advance instead of at the end of the day. So we're going to take the formula from, what do I do when my child does this? We're going to take the formula from child's poor behavior, parents plus parents' negative reaction equals negative results. And we're going to say, we're going to begin with the child's goal. So you have the child's goal plus a parent-approved plan equals positive results every single time. Now, if you're like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense, then yes, go to learntospeakkid.com and download the book. If you have the book, then read the book, because it really is going to be life-changing. Now, if you have the book and you've read the book and you've been following us for a while, it might be time to join us in a mentoring program. We have them. All right? Just send an email to bonnie@creatingchampionsforlife.com and say, I need help, and I will get back with you and we'll schedule a time and we can actually talk. Okay? So I'd love to hear your comments below. Get a like, get a share, or something like that to make me know that, I'm not alone. Have a good day. Bye-bye.